All right, Bruins win 98-81 over PCC. Coach, this was really your first experience with this game in terms of being on the bench with us. Knowing kind of the hype around this game, you don't really have to get you guys psyched up for this one because it's kind of one that we always circle on our calendars. But in preparation leading up to this game, kind of what was the game plan coming into it against PCC?
Well, we didn't approach this game any differently than any other. Some people don't like that I don't put more importance on this game, but really every game that we play should be important, and we can't go up and down. And so we really we had MLK Day this week, and we had some snow, and we had some things that could be seen as obstacles, but really they needed the rest. And really in the first half, you saw some of the rest taking place, some of the effects of that rest. We really had a good first half for the most part, and when you score 98, that's a good thing. And we've done that. I think it took us going into overtime the other night to get to that total, and we did that in regulation. We got a chance to play everybody. We had to approach tonight a little bit differently in the second half, just knowing that we face Johnson tomorrow and they full court press, and we were trying to save legs and really be smart and kind of game plan for 2 games at once. And led to a little bit of a sloppiness in the second half and maybe some things that I don't like, but overall you can't be upset with a 17-point win, scoring 98 points. There's a lot to be happy about.
Defensively, particularly in the first half, we got our hands on a lot of balls coming through the wing, and I think at one point we had somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 or 6 straight turnovers forced. Just talk about how that feeds into the offensive side as well when you're playing good defense.
Well, we played Kaiser down in Florida. We got beat, worst defeat of my 20-some year coaching career, and I came into practice the next day, and we just talk about a team's identity. What they're known for is based on their defense. And every single championship team, from the Bulls, Lakers, the old Celtics teams to Duke, whoever you want to talk about, they are good at defense and they're good at rebounding. And we have really, really improved. We're not where we want to be yet, but there's still time to do that. We are improving every week. If you look back a week ago where we were defensively, we have gotten dramatically better this week on defense. And your defense always makes your offense easier because you don't have to come down and run against a set defense all the time. And it's a lot more fun to play. It's a lot more fun for the fans. And even Justin at 35 is still able to dunk when we do that. And we try to, it's part of our program here, trying to help the seniors out. And by seniors, I mean senior citizens.
That's right. Right. Justin, you had a big game tonight. I think 30 is what you finished with on the night. Even from early on, you came out with a couple of dunks. I think scored 6 of our first 8, somewhere around there. Why do you think, you've played, this is your 4th time playing in this game. Why do you think it's important to start off so well, particularly against PCC?
It's especially at home, it's important to use that initial crowd energy to just kind of take off and expand it early, because this is the type of game that's like, if it's close, especially at the end, both teams don't want to lose to each other, just the nature of the rivalry. So it's just important to feed off that crowd early and just get going early, because you don't want to start off slow and then they get energy and they're just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. So the start tonight was really good for us.
As Coach said, we scored 98 points tonight. From your perspective on the court, what do you think are the 1 or 2 things that were really working for us offensively?
Offensively, I don't know. It just kind of seemed like we just couldn't miss at times, to be honest. And, we all, like I said earlier, none of us wanted to lose this game, especially to them, especially with that amount of people there. And even myself, I had, a little extra motivation in this game, not just because PCC, but just, other reasons too. But, just in general, we just don't want to lose. And then our focus was just at this highest peak tonight, so...
Q, this was your first time playing in the rivalry of PCC versus Bob Jones. When you came out, and obviously you see as many people as are out there tonight in the field house, what was that like coming out on the court for the first time?
It felt good. This is my first game seeing a big crowd like this at home, and this type of game with this type of magnitude, it just gave me energy coming off the bench, and it just allowed our team just to even hone in more. We weren't really worried about the crowd, but they played a big factor, and I think they helped us out a lot.
You guys are still undefeated in region, and I think it's 6 of the last 7, I want to say, we've won. Mm-hmm. What do you think is been key to that success in the way that we play?
I think it's everybody finally accepting their role. I think it's more so also that we're playing more better defense. In the beginning, the first semester, a lot of people, we were just focused on offense, and now we're focused on defense. And it's also that the people coming off the bench, our starters are very good, very talented, very mature and experienced. But also the people coming off the bench, like myself, I'm more so feeling more confident in my game. And it's not just because of myself, but it's because those guys on the first group just trusting and believing in me.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Coach. You said we got less than 24 hours before we get back on the court against Johnson, a team that took us to one basket that we won by just a couple of points. So, what do we got to do with a quick turnaround to prepare for them tomorrow?
Well, they actually played right before our game tonight, and we were watching their game. Just kind of, it's always good to see the latest thing that they're running, and they were running a little bit more zone than they did when we played them before, and part of that is the same reason why we did some things we did tonight. They know they got to come down here and play us pretty early, and when we played them a couple weeks ago, it was the exact same situation. We played late Friday night, we turned around and we played them early the next day, and we responded really well. It wasn't pretty, but we did a lot of real toughness type things, and you've got the two, I think we're the two highest ranked teams right now in our region, and right now we're at 500, and we haven't been at 500 for a while this year. And so going into tomorrow's game, we've got a region game, and that's enough motivation, but have a chance to be on the positive side of the win column for the first time this year. That's a huge thing. Keep that winning streak going. That's a huge momentum going into next week.
All righty. Thanks.